Final topic, my Malkin's Moments. This is an electric edition of Malkin's Moments. There are some fantastic Malkin's Moments that I have for you. This is always my favorite segment of the show that I do. I have to start with a man that I paid my compliments and my respects to last week, Albert Pujols. He continues this march up home run lane, and he's inching closer and closer to number 700. He hit another two. He had another 2 home run game over the weekend in the St. Louis Cardinals series versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's now at 692 home runs on the year. The guy is a slugging machine. He also passed Stan Musial for second most total bases in MLB history. Again, Albert Pujols is 42, but the fact that he is still so productive at this age in the MLB is amazing. His vision to be able to cleanly clock these baseballs. He obviously has always had an eye for home runs. He continues to have that eye for home runs. It was his 64th multi-home run game that actually passes Willie Mays for 5th most all time. And right now, again, he still ranks 5th on the career home runs list. Again, I'll list the guys ahead of him. Barry Bonds has the most, 762. Hank Aaron second most with 755. Babe Ruth with 714. And Alex Rodriguez, he's nipping at the heels right now. Alex Rodriguez is at 696. So Albert Pujols is pulling up right beside him right now. He is nearly in the passenger seat. And at his pace right now, with still several games to go in the regular season, not to mention the postseason, the Cardinals are rolling. They're one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. I believe they are a top 6 record team, not only in the NL, but perhaps the whole majors. So they're rolling right now, and he's a big reason why. He's not just a little contributor. No, he's a major contributor to the St. Louis Cardinals team, and I love to see that he is reaching these new heights with the team that initially drafted him. And that was the team that he had left his biggest imprint on in that city of St. Louis. By the way, sticking with other elder professional athletes that continue to shatter records, Sue Bird at age 41 made WNBA playoff history as she became the oldest player to record a WNBA playoff double-double in the Seattle Storm's Game 2 victory last night, 97-84. And they won the series, so they're moving on to the semifinals. She had 18 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds in the win. Again, this is her final postseason. She's going to retire at the end of the year. And now Breanna Stewart has been fantastic, and this Malkin's moment is about highlighting Sue Bird. But Breanna Stewart was sensational with a near triple-double herself, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. But Sue Bird, first of all, had already held the record as the oldest WNBA player with a double-double in the postseason, having done so at 39 when the Seattle Storm actually won the 2020 WNBA Finals over the Las Vegas Aces, a team who they're going to be playing in this next round. And according to StatHead.com, just 3 NBA players have had a playoff double-double in their 40s. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's the only player to actually do it at an older age than 41 than Sue Bird. Karl Malone and John Stockton are the 2 other guys. So with the win, the Storm have advanced to the semifinals for the 3rd time since 2018. And here's the amazing thing. The 2 previous trips to the WNBA Finals, the Storm actually won the WNBA championship in 2018 and in 2020. I'm not saying that's foreshadowing for what's to come, but could be fortuitous sign that perhaps champagne and celebration lies on the horizon, potentially. Who knows? But Seattle's unbeaten in the semifinals and the WNBA Finals under Bird's career. She's won 4 WNBA championships, and that's happened every single time the team has advanced to that position. So they're actually going to face the Las Vegas Aces again in a rematch of the 2020 WNBA Finals. But shout out to Sue Bird, who continues to be fantastic. She's just continuing to do what she does. I love her also in some of those commercials with Steph Curry. I forget the car commercial, the auto commercial that they're for, but they have a really great commercial together. But she's absolutely fantastic. Shout out to her. Shout out to Patrick Cantlay, who won the BMW championship for the second consecutive year. The defending champ took home the title again. He finished 14 under to defend his title and to move into number 2 in the FedEx Cup playoffs. It was his 8th tour victory. Now, Patrick Cantlay, as of right now, there haven't been any rumors that he's going to defect for LIV Golf. He continues to be a consistent performer on the PGA Tour. Again, it's the second straight time he's won the BMW Championship. He finished one shot. He had a one-shot victory over Scott Stallings at the Wilmington Country Club. It was a narrow victory. And he actually became the first player to win the BMW Championship in consecutive years since the FedEx Cup began in 2007. No one's ever repeated in any of the playoff events. And the victory was actually his second of the year. It moves him up into 3rd overall, into number 3 overall in the world in his ranking. So shout out to Patrick Cantlay. And finally, this is perhaps my favorite Malkin's moment that I've heard for quite some time. The New York Mets, their reliever, Nate Fisher. What a sensational MLB debut for a man who used to be working at a bank. He used to work at a bank in Omaha, Nebraska 14 months ago. And he threw 3 scoreless innings in the Mets win over the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday in their 10-9 victory. He went 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He entered in the 5th. He had been employed, get this, he had been employed by First National Bank of Omaha, where he was determining whether to allow commercial loans, whether to permit the bank to give a commercial loan to people. That was just 14 months ago. He was approving loans, commercial loans for regular citizens just 14 months ago. This is a 26-year-old drafted out of the University of, or actually not drafted, he was undrafted, out of the University of Nebraska a couple years ago. And then he started to pitch 12 games at Class A for the Seattle Mariners organization in 2019. That's initially when he got his shot at the pros. And again, with the uncertainty of COVID, he sought a little bit more stability and a little bit more security. And he actually followed a former coach into banking in 2020 in his hometown of Omaha. He worked there until June 2021, where he was fortunate enough to re-sign with the Mariners, and he made it all the way to AAA. And again, this season with the Mets organization, he had been 0-1 with a 3.77 ERA in 12 games at AA Binghamton, and a 1-2 record and a 3.12 ERA in 12 games at AAA Syracuse before his call-up prior to Sunday's game. But again, anytime you see a story like this of someone managing to overcome and to go from being fully acclimated into a real profession, shouldn't say a real profession. If you're lucky enough, if you're privileged enough to be talented enough to play professional sports, that is a legitimate professional profession. More for us kind of peons who aren't talented enough to be a pro athlete in the quote unquote real regular world, to be a banker, an accountant specifically. It's approving loans. My gosh, just can't even imagine what the feelings were once he got that call. I guess you log out one final time, talk to your boss, say, I actually got a gig to go play pro baseball. Deuces. See ya. Guess that's how that goes. Who knows? That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for joining me right here in Morning Joe every single Monday and Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 to 11 Central, and 8 to 9 a.m. Pacific. Glad you could join me on a Monday morning. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page, Morning Joe, J-O with Jonah Malkin. Follow me on Twitter at Jonah_Malkin or at Morning_Joe_JMalk97 on Instagram and Jonah Malkin on TikTok. Thanks so much. And as always, have a lovely rest of your morning.